It's a Friday edition of Orange and Blue today. It is Cecil, Lammey, Andrew Mason, and a new star on the Broncos defense. Now, star is the position that he played in college, but also, Mace, star's just kind of who Jahdae Barron is.
Yeah, you hope he's a star on the defense, but we use that term because that position at Texas, sometimes some places call it a star, some places call it a rover. It was the gateway to something more for him. It was the gateway to a great many spots. It was the gateway to him becoming the Jim Thorpe Award winner last year, given to what those voters felt was the best defensive back in all of college football. He got it, not Travis Hunter, the Heisman Trophy Award winner from CU. It was Jahdae Barron who got that. So we're going to go right in with a clip because Jahdae Barron met media here at Broncos Park, powered by Common Spirit, on Friday. And I asked him about the star position because that, when he moved over to star, when the Texas coaches gave him that role a couple of years back, that is really what unlocked him. That is what propelled him to this moment. And so I asked him about that role, all the responsibility it gave him, and how that is going to help him in the NFL because of what it unlocked in terms of him becoming a versatile player and that versatile skill set, how it's going to help him at the next level. Here's what he had to say when I asked him about that.
Yeah, just being coached by Coach Terry Joseph at Texas and him transitioning me into star and that nickel role, people call it. It was a big change. It was good. He put me there just understanding that I was very savvy. I can manipulate blocks just with my eyes and things like that, get a lot of tackle for losses. But I was very savvy and just in my blitz pass and just kind of bluffing, reading the alignments of the splits and things like that. So it kind of all went hand in hand with my IQ. And then from moving forward, that was it allowed me to play different positions like cornerback and safety and dime, just with my versatility. But I'm always looking forward to any position. And whatever role they want me to play and need me to play, I'm most definitely going to master it. I'm going to try my best at it.
Savvy and IQ, Mace.
Football IQ.
Yep, he's got it all.
They want smart players around. Want smart, intelligent players. Players who can not only ingest quite a bit, but they can think fast, they can process fast, that they can also, mask their intent. They can deceive a little bit. They can catch the quarterback off guard. They're when you're going up against Patrick Mahomes, Justin Herbert, you can't telegraph what you're going to do because those are guys that they're operating at a high level up here. You've got to be able to operate at their level, right?
Mm-hmm.
So,
manipulating guys with his eyes. He mentioned it as blockers, Mace. That's in run defense. You can look as if a back's going to go here when he's actually going here, but the blocker doesn't know that because his back's to the runner. So just think of that. Barron, using your eyes to bait a quarterback, but that's also to bait a blocker too. Just savvy and IQ. I love that answer from him.
Yeah. It also tells you how much he's going to be involved in the run defense as well, which also defines his role. Like, he's listed as a corner, but you're going to see him probably at slot, and that's quite a bit. And I think that's probably the best for him because it's going to allow him to have a role in pass rush, to have a role in run support as well. If you have him strictly outside, I don't think you're getting the most out of him. If you have him at slot in sub packages, then I think you're getting closer to maximizing him. I don't know if we see this right away, Cease, but I could see over the long haul his role looking not exactly like that of Chris Harris Jr., but something similar to where he learns multiple positions. We all recall how Chris in base package lined up outside and then in sub moved inside. And then in those sub packages, Bradley Roby went outside. Bradley Roby. So Bradley Roby wasn't a starter, but Roby was still playing about 65, 70% of the snaps because effectively your primary defense was a nickel, right? So I could see by 2026 or maybe even this season at some point that the role for Barron is in base, he's working outside. In sub, he's working inside, adding up to him playing nearly all of the snaps. Then the onus is on him to learn 2 or maybe even 3 different spots because maybe he's even getting some safety snaps as well. He factors in there. And that's where the football IQ comes in because you may be talking about him learning 2 or even 3 different positions, but this is how you get the most out of him because he learns all that, and then all of a sudden, he becomes somebody that if you're an opposing quarterback, you got to think about him pre-snap. Where's Barron going to be? Whatever number he is. Because, look, he's not going to be number 7 like he was
Right.
at Texas. Sorry.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
John Elway's number. But whatever number he is, where's this guy? I mean, Patrick Mahomes is going to have to think about where he is pre-snap. Justin Herbert's going to have to think about where he is. All the quarterbacks that the Broncos are facing this year, Jalen Hurts, Jaden Daniels, Dak Prescott, they're going to have to know where he is. And you've got that on top of worrying about Nick Nito, on top of worrying about Noah Hufanga, on top of worrying about the defensive player of the year and Pat Surtain. This is a defense that's got the personnel to cause a lot of problems.
Yeah, wreak havoc. And if you lose track of Barron, you're just in trouble. Mace, this is a longer answer, but I loved the first clip we have here of him talking about all the positions he's played, because as you mentioned, it's not just nickel or dime or outside. It could be safety as well. And you have to love that about him too.
Yeah. Well, he mentions chess a lot. He talks about so that's the mental side of it as well.
Yep.
He's a chess piece, but when they say chess piece, he's not a pawn, he's not a king. He's queen, basically. The queen, the most powerful piece on the board.
Yeah.
Goes anywhere, does anything, right?
Yep. Move them all over. Here's what Barron had to say about all the positions he's played.
Yeah, so corner, star, dime, and safety, and it was fun. It wasn't a big task. It was a mental and a physical thing. Coach Joseph and Coach Gideon, they taught me something that nickel and dime, it was more a physical thing, and then understand when I was at corner and safety, it was more mental, just understanding that you have to do the things right over and over and over again, and you don't know when they're going to come at you. So it was just kind of changing on that aspect, but they prepared me well just with my practice reps, just kind of going rapid fire on me, just throwing me out there in the fire. So when the game came, it was like series to series, but it allowed me to play fast. It allowed me to understand each position, and not only understand each position, but understand and truly know what that position needs from point A to B. Just understand where it stretches this person out. If I was at corner and the stars and man, I could show off and just take away the slot fade for the star. So little things like that, and just understanding where I had to be if I was the post player, where can I disguise to get down. If I was the dime player, just understanding where the mic needed help. So all those things, all those variations, I was just kind of playing in my head. And again, I was just playing chess. And I was able to play fast, just the amount of reps I did, and then the amount of knowledge that I learned from the coaching staff at the University of Texas.
Wow.
Playing chess. Also, when he talks about where the middle linebacker needs help. So he understands how all the parts on defense fit together.
Right.
This is another thing that I really like about him. And somebody who's thinking at a high level. It's not just about doing his job, but understanding what the jobs of the other 10 players are and how they affect his job. And if you're going to be that type of guy who's going to play 3 different positions, 4 different positions, and move around, only way you can effectively do that is got to understand how all the other pieces work and why everyone is doing what they do.
Yeah, he's a sponge.
Yeah.
He just absorbs everything. You heard it in there talking about his coaches, and you play those many positions, you're going to have to know what everyone else is doing, and you're going to have to be incredibly bright.
Yeah.
And Barron certainly fits the bill. You were around him today, Mace, just the vibe, the energy in the building. Tell me about it.
Yeah. very positive. I mean, he has his family here. I mean, he's really close with his family. You know, everything's about his mother. You know, really excited. Like he feels like he's proud of doing this for his mom. He's proud of taking care of his family as well. Like that's really cool to see. You know, just the getting. You know, this is always cool every year when a player like comes in. He knows he's kind of taking care of his family, gotten them kind of some generational money here. But like it's cool to see like how much that means for him. But just you can also see why the Broncos liked him. I mean, there's a little bit of like a PS2 vibe as well. Pat Surtain vibe. You can see why they connect.
Fantastic. Well, we connect with you here on YouTube every day. It's Orange and Blue Today. Gonna have another late night show for you as well. But Mace, before we're out of here, how can folks help us out on said YouTube?
Like,
comment,
share,
subscribe,
hit that notification bell
so that you never miss a vid. All right, air fist bump right there, buddy. Boom. You and me. Boom. Mason Cease, OBT's BFD. Watch Mace on all the socials at Mace Denver. I'm at Cecil Lammey saying thanks, everybody. Stay tuned and stay frosty.